It's your boy Ronza.
It's your boy Nick.
Big D.
Hold on, hold on, hold on, bro.
Hey, yo!
Hey man, hey. Hey man.
Pause, man.
Look,
Pause.
we should have rehearsed, man. We should have rehearsed.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first episode of Straight Out the Sipp. I got my boy Nick, my boy Don, and I am your host, Ronza. So, Don, who are you? Who are you?
My name's Don. I am a life insurance agent, also known as a financial services expert. For the most part, pretty much protecting people's assets, protecting your money, things of that nature, creating generational wealth. Especially for my people, man, because we don't know about it. So I like to educate people on those type of services, and that's pretty much me.
Okay. And who this young fellow is with the beard, right? Who this is?
Oh man, listen, I'm just a truck driver from Mississippi, man. That's all I can say. Hey, if it wasn't for me, y'all wouldn't have a cell phone. Y'all wouldn't have your clothes, So, yeah, I just transport stuff,
Cool. And like I said, I'm your host, Ronza. I'm a technical director at ESPN. Been doing this for a couple of years now. But I was like, I had an idea one day. I was like, hey man, let's start a podcast. And what better way to start a podcast than with my boys? Right? So guys, let's get into it. So I met these two speds. Hey man.
Like
What?
man, talking about chopped liver or something, man. Come
All
on.
right.
Nah, I'm just kidding. But nah, man, I met these two guys back in high school at Provine High School. We all played football together, man. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all guys, man. It was good meeting y'all.
Oh yeah, man.
We've been boys. We've been boys since then. What was that? 2012?
Yep. 2013, something like that.
Yep. 2012.
We forgetting one more.
Oh, we are forgetting. Yes, we are forgetting Lorenz. He's the busiest out the group.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can get him on the podcast one of these days.
Yeah, man. We'll get him on here one of these days, man.
That's gonna
be man. Huh?
I said that's gonna turn into an after dark special. Gotta say that later.
We're gonna
we gotta get some episodes in first before we get him on.
That's very true. We gotta establish ourselves first.
Yeah. That man might get us banned for life or something.
Right.
You are right about that. Right about that. Man, like it's crazy how we met though, man. Like,
yeah, bro.
It's really football and life.
Bro, it's crazy. It's really just sports, man. Like sports brought all of us together at some point.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like I think for Nick, I think I first met Nick in middle school at a track meet.
Yeah.
Which years later we ended up playing football together. I was like, hey, ain't you didn't you do like the shot putting stuff for someone? Yeah. I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah. And then the same with Ronza. I just remember looking across the field and I saw this, very disproportionate man. Nah, for real, man. It was the same way for Ronza. I saw Ronza at a track meet in middle school. I never spoke to him. But then years later, of course, in high school, of course, recognized the familiar faces. So it was the same way, man. So yeah.
Man, I've been knowing Ronza, man. We played Little League together. South Jackson Raiders. Yeah. I just remembered that, But yeah, like we did South Jackson Raiders together, and like Ronza, I was behind Ronza. Ronza played center. I was like the second string.
Hold on.
I like second string center.
No, forget that. I ain't playing for no South Jackson Raiders. I just thought about that. No. Who you confusing me with?
Hold on, who you play for then?
I played for the Jackson Panthers, man.
Oh dang! Well, you went to
we met in middle school.
Okay, yeah, we
met in middle school.
I knew you before that though. I thought we went to I thought we did Little League together. My fault.
No, man. It's just genuine connection, man. Like,
yeah,
met Nick in middle school. Me and Nick, we played on the offensive line together, and
Yep.
hey, it was fun. I ain't gonna
Yeah, it
lie,
was.
it was
Yeah,
fun.
well, those were the days, there, man. It's kind
Those
of
were
like
the days.
it's like we, in a sense, died together because it was some
Listen,
days, man. They had us running crazy, lifting weights, power lifting, and man, that summertime used to be crazy, man. So
man,
Look,
tell
you
me about
gotta,
it.
that summer heat in Mississippi, boy.
Oh,
ooh, man,
hit,
it hit
man. I
different.
remember. I know y'all remember that one time Coach Clinton made us do the horn. That one
Yeah,
time.
We
with
did
the
a few.
Oh
weights,
We did a
with the
few horns
45-pound
with the
weight.
weights.
Yeah, yeah,
With
with the
the weight.
45-pound weight. Yeah,
Come on, man.
yeah,
man, listen, that was the furthest run I ever been on in my life. Like I ain't
man.
seen so many neighborhoods in Jackson until I ran the horn with Coach Clinton.
Yeah,
And
man.
he
I
took
I remember when we ran to Jackson State after we beat Forest Hill. It was like me and Donald sophomore year and your junior year. We
Mm.
had to run at Jackson State, and I remember Greg Holland, fullback Greg. He was like, "Man, what we doing this for? We won. Forest Hill ain't running. I bet why we gotta run." I was like, "You got a point though. What we doing all this for? We won. But
But
I
the
guess
thing
we
that
just
everybody missed when we ran it was the fact that I took off like Jeffrey in the episode of Fresh Prince when
yeah,
he hopped in the cab.
yeah.
yeah.
That was
Man,
it, man. I
I,
hopped in that cab. Look. I called my Dave, man. Come get me, please. Get me, bro.
listen, I ain't gonna lie. I can say this now, man. I used to hate you when it was time to do sprints and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Oh, he'll take off.
Man, me, Nick Lorenz, and Beasley, who all, a little bit more built. Then Donald gonna run with our group. The coach like, you're gonna be timed. You're gonna be timed. You gotta catch up with Donald. I'm just like,
You better make that time.
I'm
You better
like,
make that time.
I'm good. I'm good. I get there.
Look,
I
hey,
get.
Nick kept up though. Nick kept up pretty well.
Man,
Can't
listen.
speak for the rest of y'all, but
Hey, I mean, for the first couple, we were all good, but then after that, hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, it was a wrap. Okay, it was a
Man,
wrap.
one of my biggest regrets though was not going to college to play ball though.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I probably could have. I'm not saying went to the NFL, of course not, but like I felt like I'd be in a different position right now. Like
thanks.
like I probably would be more in shape or something like that if I
Mm-hmm.
would have went to play college ball or I guess like mm, I don't know, but I just feel like I'd be doing something totally different with my
Nah,
life if I was
thanks.
going to college or something. So
Thanks. I feel
yeah.
you. I kind of felt the same way. You know, getting the handful of offers that I did get,
Hmm.
and really not accepting any of them. Only because for me, I looked at my situation a lot different from other people. For one, but facts on the staying in shape because boy,
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
miss out on that.
I,
But just coming from a household where everybody was all about their books. Like my mom, she was real strict on books.
hmm
That's the one. That's one of that's one of the other sides of growing up with Caribbean family.
hmm
Is when you got a mother who comes into the country and like that's what's enforced in them and having that influence on me early. So yeah, like I was strictly about the books. Yeah, the athletic side of it was good as well, but
hmm
she was real big on books. So I know for myself compared to some of my peers at the time, that's all they had, man. That's all they had to kind of fall back on and depend on. So
Oh yeah.
for me, I wasn't really like too pressed on it because just like you, like I knew I wasn't gonna make it to the league, but
hmm
um yeah, but I do miss it though for sure.
Oh yeah, for
I
sure.
wish I did play in college because hearing the stories from Ronza and Lorenz, like
Yeah,
I
they
wish I
had
would
some
have
good
played, man.
stories.
I wish I would have went
Eh,
ahead and accepted them offers and played. So
Yeah, I hate that. I hate
I
that,
mean,
man.
hey man, listen, like my 4 years well, 5 years, 5 years at school, but 4 years playing football. I can honestly say were some of the most challenging, but quite enjoyable time of
mhm.
my life as well.
Hmm.
Like getting up early in the morning at 4 a.m. and having to get ready for weights and stuff like that. Like it's a big adjustment. You know,
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
especially coming from high school. Where we might get to weights at 7 o'clock in the morning. But here, you got 5 a.m. weights, you got class right after that, then you got team meetings, then you got practice after that, then you got study hall. Like,
It becomes a business at that point.
yeah, man, it becomes a big
Yeah,
business at that point. And one
yeah.
thing that I always tell people, man, is because if how people ask you, "Oh, did you want to go to the league?" And my biggest thing was no, I never wanted to go to the league, and it wasn't because of
Mm-hmm.
like my work ethic or nothing like that. It was just you know the game of football. Like the higher you go up, the more business it
Mm-hmm.
becomes, and having to have that discipline to wake up in the morning and go do weights and go to breakfast and then like I said go to class and
Mhm.
it becomes a lot
Yeah.
especially during
Yeah.
football season, man. Like my schedule during football season was literally um, weights, class, meetings, practice, and then on Fridays we traveling for the game, or we
Mm-hmm.
get ready for the game, and it becomes a lot sometimes.
Yeah, I
But
remember you.
like I said, man, like it's enjoy. It has its moments where it's like, all right, this is kind of fun.
Yeah, I remember you was talking about like how some athletes in college they start to lose themselves after they stop playing football and
Oh
stuff
yeah,
like
man.
that. Like take a long time to find themselves.
Oh yeah, man. Listen, I'll never forget it. Like literally, my last game was against our rival Alcorn, and I can remember when the clock hit zero. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
really sat there and was like, "Dang, like this is it." You know,
Yeah.
there is no more. I mean, I could have did the little pro day and stuff like that, but I wasn't gonna do all that.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I really sat there and had to take it all in. Like, dang, this
What
is
I'm gonna
it.
what I'm
You
gonna
know,
do now?
like right, like what am I gonna do now? Because ever since I was 6 years old, the game
Mm.
of football, I would go to somebody practice during the fall and play a game on Saturday, and then during the spring, have some more, workouts and stuff, and have some practices then, and for all
Mm-hmm.
of that to now come to an end, you're just like, what now?
I guess it's similar to a relationship, like a long relationship, like 14-year relationship. You've been with this person doing this specific thing for so long, and when y'all if and when y'all go y'all separate ways, you just like, dang, what I do now? Where I go now? Yeah, that's how it is, man.
Yeah,
I can see how it get like that.
yeah, man. Like it was for me. It was a transition period. I can say that for sure. Like, and for me, the spring after the last game, I just couldn't shake it. Like I
Hmm.
just couldn't leave the game of football alone. So I started recording videos of the team practicing and editing the videos, and then I also took like a graduate assistant position in the athletic department. So like I tried to stay around the game as much as I could,
Hmm.
but at the same time, it also kind of hit me, and it was like, hey man, you gotta grow up.
Hmm.
Like you gotta figure out life now.
Mhm.
And thankfully, I had some mentor, and I had my family, of course, encouraging me to do what I wanted to do, which was to work for ESPN, and to sit there and be like, okay, now I got to become an adult. It's not for the weak. I will
Mhm.
Hmm.
tell you that. You know, um, because like you said, nigga, it's like you've done something for so long. Now that you ain't got it no more, it's like, what now?
Hmm.
And I feel like a lot of people don't talk about that. Not even just football players, like athletes in general. Like
Mhm.
once they stop playing in college or stop playing, wherever, it's that transition period of what do I do with myself now? you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes, depending on the person, it could take a mental toll on somebody, you know.
Yeah.
For me, I would say it took a little mental toll, just a little bit, you know, because like I said, I had been playing the game since I was 6 years old, you know, and now at this point, I was in my last game, I was 22, 23. My last
Hmm.
game. So what's that? 17 years of playing football, you know, and now it's done, you know,
I
like
think I think for me, man, like we had two different, totally different out like ways of thinking about it because like man, after senior year, man, I think Donna can say the same thing, but I was kind of just drained from football. Like I don't know if it was. I'm not gonna even put that on Coach O because I know it wasn't on him, but I just got mentally and physically drained. Like, bruh, Coach O summers, like his practices and everything, it's so different from Coach Collins how he was doing stuff. And man, it took a toll on me, man. I was just like, bro, if I'm already struggling now in college, I know it's gonna be 10 times worse. So I was like, you know what? Like I gotta step back for a little while and let this just calm down, you know. And I mean, like Donald said, I had offers to colleges and stuff like that, but like I was just like, I just don't feel it no more. I don't have that burn. Yeah, I just didn't have it no more. You
Mm.
know.
I know for me, I'm a little different from both of y'all. Only because for one, I didn't play little league football. You know, my mother was terrified, so I didn't play. I didn't play little league football. And then even in middle school, like when I really started getting active in it, um, I think my 7th grade year I quit because me and the coach, like me and one of the coaches got into it, and you know, that was kind of going through that little stage where I started kind of, you know, how everybody feel like, you know, you kind of smelling yourself a little bit, whatever.
Yeah.
mhm,
So the
yeah,
way my mind was set up at that point, I was like, bro, you ain't finna talk to me crazy. Like, forget y'all. You know, they sucked anyway. Whatever. Uh, no, literally, they stunk. They won like one game. Uh, but and then like even my 8th grade year, you know, I ended up breaking my hand and my wrist. So coming into ninth grade, you know, I played basketball in ninth grade. Then 10th grade, I got back into football. But for me, it was kind of like once it was over, um, I missed it because it was like, dang man, like I just missed the brotherhood part of it, right? I didn't
Mm.
necessarily miss the well, I did miss the games and the practices, but um, the biggest part that I felt that was kind of taken away was the brotherhood, right? So you you know you suiting up, you going to war with your boys, you know, love them, you hate them, anything in between. But at the end of the day, like you riding for them, right? So
Hmm.
um, I built a lot of great relationships um, with a lot of people during that time. Like y'all, you know what I'm saying, to where even today, like years later, we still, you know, we still tight, and it's been 10 plus years, right?
right.
So,
Yeah.
so at the end of the day, like that's the only thing I really just miss about the sport, is that as well as the discipline that came with it and everything. Because you know, once that was over, it took a while to really adjust your mind and get back into that routine of, you know, doing the right things, eating the right things, working out, that type of stuff. Because once you stop doing it for so long, you get complacent. So,
Mm.
um, even with what I do now, as far as my career goes, like it kind of takes me back to that. And like even with this career, like um, a lot of athletes really do great in this career only because of the fact that it's pretty much the same thing. Like you're owning your own business, right?
Mm.
So you waking up early, you're going to the gym, getting your body right. You're reading books, getting your mind right, you know, just like your playbook, that type of thing. And you always staying true to your spirituality and, you know, keeping God first and those type of things as well, or whatever, you know, whatever people may believe in. But um that's pretty much it, man. Like that's really what I miss about the game is just the brotherhood, you know. Just having my boys and us just lining up, going to war with each other, man. You know.
Yeah.
You
So
right. You're right. I mean, I wouldn't say lining up because since you played the other side of the ball,
I mean, I wasn't good at it, but I was there.
yeah, it is.
Told you, man, I'm a lot better of an offensive player, but nobody believed me until senior year. So,
what you want? You want to be a tight end?
yes, man, had golden hands, bro. What you mean? What you
I
mean,
don't
bro?
know, man.
Look, see, that's the thing, man.
I
That's the
don't
thing.
know,
See,
man.
this is what's wrong with the school system in sports. Okay,
Go
the
ahead. Can we
coaches
do
put
this?
y'all. The coaches put y'all where they want to put y'all. All right, sir. I got hands. I got feet.
Yeah.
I got agility, and I'm athletic. Like,
yeah.
Bro.
What about now? What about now? What about now?
Well, bro, you gotta think about it, man.
I got at least one of the four now. Now which one it kind of comes and goes.
You gotta think about it though, man. Back then, we had world great tight end. We had Victor Payton. We had another world great tight end, Cassius Wade. You gotta think about that, man. Those some good tight ends, man. Those some good tight ends, man.
Hey, nah, ain't gonna lie. Now, the boys had hands. They did have hands. Ain't gonna lie. They did have hands. But world great. World great.
I say world's great is a stretch.
One of the two got chopped down like a tree every play. It did the other one. Any type of cramp, pull muscle, a sprained finger, like he calling his mama. So I mean, hey,
oh man,
I would say we're great, but they were good. They were good. They were good. No disrespect to either one of them. I love y'all for real. Like I say,
I love y'all.
We brothers,
man.
But
I love y'all.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. All right, I'm being honest about myself. All right. Defense, I was not the best. But on the offensive side of the ball, I'm making motion. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. The defense side, I was not great. I'm being honest with myself. It was not great.
So let me pose this question to you all then. So on Saturdays after high school, after I graduated high school, and on Saturdays y'all saw the college football games. Like, what was going through y'all mind at that point?
I should have been there.
Nah, I wasn't. My thoughts was like, man, them boys, they did a lot to get there, man. They did a lot to get to this to this college level, and like it was something I wasn't willing to do. But it was good looking at the games, but it wasn't nothing I was willing to do, man. I was on a money train at that point. I was trying to get some money, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. But yeah.
What about you, Don? What about you?
I should have been there. Like I said, I should have been there. So the reason why I say this, the reason why I say this is because, for one, of course, if I would have stuck it out, of course, the physique and everything would have been great. I would have been in shape, cool. But also, one of the schools that did offer me actually gave me the opportunity to play what I wanted to play, and it was tight end.
Really? What school was that?
This was Bell Haven. So, like I said,
never knew this story.
Once again, like I said, was I going to go to the league from their school? Probably not. But they gave me the opportunity to play what I wanted to play. But, of course, like I said, at the same time, at that point, my mind was already kind of made up on what I want to do after school. As far as, getting my career started. And even with that, like, looking back and not going into that career force, that's what kind of had me like, dang, I should just went ahead and played. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. Like, on those Saturdays afterwards, like, I was like, dang, like I should have been out there too, But at the same time, like, it's cool. 27 now, still got my health. I done suffered 3 concussions in high school, so I could just imagine one in college. When people
listen, I got a story.
4 times as hard. I could just imagine. So
every day is a good day.
Yeah.
Man,
so
I remember we played Southern down in Southern in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Man, it's when they had this little short dude. The dang, I forgot his name, but for the folks that's watching, y'all know who I'm talking about. So it was a little short, fast dude from Southern, right? And we were playing on ESPNU. I'll never forget. So I'm on the punt team. I snap the ball. The punter kicks the ball, and he got great hang time on the kick, right? So dude catches the ball, right? And so he starts going back and across a field, left and right. So I'm like, all right, bro. Somebody have to give at this point, right? So then he points at me. Now, mind you, it was I think that was my junior year. No, junior or sophomore year. But he was pointing directly at me, and I'm like, I'm running. I'm like, why are you pointing at me? Man, all of a sudden, right across
Oh,
right across my side, I get up. I'm confused now,
Man,
right?
put the hit on you.
Man, listen, he put the hit on me, right?
Put that bounty on your head. Okay.
So, I'm on the ground, right? And my mom and dad are in the stands. They came to every game. And from my dad told me, he was like, man, I had to hold your mama back. She was about to come down on the field. And I'm like, I was good whole time. I get up, because I sat on the field for a good minute at least. At least that's what it felt like. Man, I get up, I'm stumbling just a little bit. They're like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm good." Man, the whole time I'm like, "Oh, where am I at right now?" Yeah. Man, listen. But things like that about the game, I don't miss. But like you all said before, like the brotherhood, man, like it's something I thoroughly did enjoy while playing the game. Because even to this day, I still keep in touch with a few of my teammates from Jackson State, and of course, I keep in touch with you all. You all, my boys. We've been in Donald's wedding. So we still keep in
I
touch.
was the best man, so
Yeah. Uh-huh.
you know,
That's fine. Or one of
yeah.
two, because he couldn't decide on which one.
Hey man, it doesn't matter. Everybody was happy. All right, everybody was happy.
But yeah, man, like it's the brotherhood part, man, that I thoroughly enjoy, man. And like I said in the beginning of the podcast, like it's great, that I met you all, and who would have thought that we would still be here talking to each other, to this day.
Yeah.
And just having y'all boys in my corner, knowing that, I can send a message to the group chat, and we're gonna discuss whatever.
Yeah, we'll respond. Yeah. Hey, real quick, Monza, real quick.
Mm-hmm. Go
In
ahead.
this story, 'cause I think you told this story before.
Mm-hmm.
Was that the game that you got the concussion and you like ended up on the other team's sideline somehow?
Yep, I walked over there.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Walked over there and I was like, "Oh, that's the wrong one." Head
And
on.
then had to run all the way back across the field.
Man, they were cussing you out, huh?
Man, listen.
What the
My boy over there drinking their water,
all right.
drinking their Gatorade,
Man, listen.
drinking their water.
You
Come
know-
on, man.
But nah,
She
man,
went on
like,
here and sat on the bench.
man, listen. But playing at Jackson State though, man, was like 4 of the best years of my life, and playing at HBCU, I know a lot of people, have their discussions about it, but personally speaking, like it's nothing like it, honestly. And mind you, when I was at Jackson State, we played at UNLV, University of whatever, we played in Vegas. I couldn't think of the school name. We played against Middle Tennessee State. We played against TCU, and we went into their stadiums, and I mean it was cool, but it's nothing like.
If they would have came here though,
Man, listen.
if they would have came here though,
Man, listen.
Out.
Man, listen. It's nothing like hearing the boom playing when you finna come out the tunnel and you see, 40 to 50,000 people that look like you sitting in the stands cheering and stuff. And even that one time we went down to Southern Miss. Southern Miss ain't never. Well, at least I don't think ain't never seen a crowd like that before. But that's because we bring the crowd. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So
also nobody cares about Southern Miss. It's always Mississippi State and Ole Miss.
That's very true.
But
Man, I can only imagine like when Dion was down here at Jackson State. I can only imagine those guys playing for Dion. Man, I know they got experience. I know they got exposed to a lot of like media and hype and all that stuff. I can just only imagine, man. I can only imagine.
Man, listen, but yeah, man, like it was some of the best time, I've ever had. But I wouldn't trade it. I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world, honestly, man. But,
Maybe you should start coaching, man. Maybe that's in your future.
I thought about that at one point. I actually did think about that at one point, but then I was like, no, I'm good.
Man, long snapping is it's a art to long snapping. So
and you are right about that. You are right about that.
So,
but no,
I couldn't do it.
Yeah, it was
I couldn't do it.
Oh, we know.
I could do it.
We know you tried. Okay, I don't forget.
Hey, those were some long practices, Ron. So those were some long practices.
Man, for real.
But anyway, guys, this has been the first episode, the first of many to come. Hopefully, because
Donald don't never want to show up on time.
Man, look, man. It's not. It was my fault.
Yeah, all right, then. Thank you. All right, but thank you for everybody that has watched today. Join us next time. Where the topic of discussion is going to be. Again, my name is Ronza.
My name is Nick.
I'm Donald.
Thank you all for joining.
Why get your hand up, bro?